Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is a Black Manga Critic. I am here. I'm back. It's good to be back. Like, kind of really back in a sense of like I'm doing live reactions again. Talking about my thoughts on the manga chapters. La. All right, so it's good. It's good. I had the weekend to think about some stuff. Finally finished the summer teaching that I was doing. That's like, it's just work, y'all. It's just work. You know what I mean? It's a lot of work. It's a lot of grading and teaching and prep and all sorts of stuff. It's a lot. All right. So I just kind of finally got the chance to kind of like rest up a bit, catch up on some sleep because I was not sleeping properly at all. All right, but I'm back. I get to react to these manga. I wish that I could have waited to react to some of these manga and just read through Food Wars. But I just read through on my own because I was like, I didn't want to I just didn't want to do it. Like I wanted to read it on my own. Like I didn't know when I was going to come back to the whole YouTube thing. Like I wasn't sure like how long it would be. So I was like, all right, let me read these chapters. I'm going to talk about how I feel about those chapters too. So it's not just going to be like a reaction to and initial thoughts about 275. I'm also going to be discussing like how I felt about the chapters previous, like this sort of arc that we're in, this arc that we're in, and how I feel about it, and how I feel about how it's progressed and stuff like that. Just a quick to sort of mention, I do like it. I don't love it. At first, I was like, oh, okay, and then I was kind of like, but I still like it. It's just not like as great as I thought it was going to be. But I mean, I don't know. It's not over yet, so we'll see. Let's see where it goes. But we'll talk about that a bit later. All right, so let's get into it, y'all. What's going on, Shiganma? I gotta get back to like so many manga that I've read. What I need to do is I need to find out like where I stopped in certain manga in terms of reacting, and which sort of like volumes those chapters kind of correspond to. I got to do that work because with Yona, I would like to buy the Yona volumes because Yona is a dope manga, but I haven't read it in like such a long time. So I think what I'm gonna have to like reread the chapters. Some of the chapters, like at least like that sort of like human trafficking sort of like arc. I'm gonna have to reread that, get back into it, see which volume I need to start from in terms of like buying them, so I could read and react to them and everything like that. So I feel like when I get back to Yona, I'm gonna like react to like volumes. That's what I'm gonna do, and then I'm just gonna only sort of react to volumes. That's just how I'm gonna roll. But yeah, let's get to that Food Wars greatness. All right, let's do it. And also a bride story, obviously, because I gotta get back to that too, because that's a fire manga. I read one chapter and I was like, this is fire. So I gotta get back to that. All right. Shouts out to all y'all that have been supporting me throughout. A lot of just like these like little bits of like hot messes that I've been dealing with and stuff like that. It's good to be back. Food Wars, y'all. Let's go. 275. Last time we left off, I left off of my reading on my own. Dude came out of nowhere talking about he's the son of Saipa Jochito, and we know that he's Jochito, and we know that he's not really. And that kind of was kind of like, that's what kind of soured it for me. And then he has this whole thing where he's like, I'm gonna marry Edna, and I'm like, the like person that like says, oh, I want these characters to be together, like in me is like, okay, this is interesting, but also like, I want to see what's up. What's your actual like? What do you want to do, dude? I need more. I need more from this guy because he's clearly like super talented, but I need to know more. If you hear something in the background, it's just my fiance's printing something, so don't worry about that noise. It is what it is. Let's see. All right, let's do it. All right. Yeah, it's like I like it, like Shugama, like I like it, but it's also just kind of like where's it going? You know what I mean? I need more. Like it's gotta like there needs to be a bit more like substance in a way. Because I feel like there was that whole stuff with Megumi, but I was like that was cool, but it was also like let's move on. Let's get to like the real stuff. But I feel you. Oh, what's good? What's good, Ghost Prom? What's good? Let's see. It can't be. It's the same dish. Mr. Suzuki made a deep fried pork cutlet just like Soma. That way is more fun. Okay. There's the title of chapter 275. Food Wars. Soma. Yeah, no way I'm gonna let that slide. Excuse me. That go on, dig in line is mine, I'll have you know. Get your own, buddy. Ha. First things first, of course. Ugh. Even your dish is the same. You do that perfect trace stuff too? He's another Mimisaka. Perfect trace. What's that? The knife I wield chose this dish, which just so happens to be the one you picked. That's all. But, huh? Oh, but of course, mine is a little bit different. See, it's so delicious you could say it's out of this world. Your pork cutlet, on the other hand, well, it's not even trying to be more than a pork cutlet. It's out of this world? What? Don't believe me? Taste it and see. Yo. Yo. He throwing shots out, man. He like, yeah, your pork cutlet's just kind of being a pork cutlet. Mine is like, it's interesting, right? Because it's like, reminds me of like the first chapter of Food Wars. You know, when someone made that like psych, um, like stuff with like the potato and the bacon and all that stuff, like, like that was dope. Like that, like a psych pork loin, I think, or something like that. Which is awesome. Because and in that way, someone's doing something a little bit different. But I don't know. I want to see where this goes. Taste it and see. Oh, yo. He going in. Boom. Bit. Yo, Soma's shook. That's how you know a character shook when the black is faded. Character shook. All right. In a panel when the black is faded. Yo, character shook. Chef Dojima, I'm terribly sorry about this. Dean Edinas did say she would return immediately. No need to worry. I've already done what I came to do. Asahi Saiba. Who is he? Only one person can say for sure, and that's Joichiro. What happened after you left Totsuki? After you left Japan? Joichiro. Huh? A Shokugeki? No, not a real one, but still. The first seat lost. They even said the other guy's dish practically blew him away. Bruh. The first seat? Yukihira. Yo. Oi, Yukihira. What are you doing? Are you alright? Get a grip. Huh? Tadokoro, what happened here? What was that dish? How could it be so powerful? Yo. Bruh. Wow. The texture, the flavor, they're so light, feather light even. But the moment the sauce touches the tongue, it's like an avalanche of pure umami goodness crashing down upon us. It's a very similar thing that Soma does, right? It's like this guy's taking like, in a lot of ways, like what I think is, but I think would be more accurate would be like used to be the crux of like Soma's cooking, and like it's just like turned that up from like a 10 to like a 20, I guess, if I had to like say what he's done. It's too delicious, so delicious. My legs want to give out on me. What is that sauce? Oh, it's chantilly sauce. I heard that. It's a light, airy sauce with a texture similar to whipped cream. I started with unsweetened heavy cream that was whipped until fluffy, and then I folded in some finely minced shallots and their juices. After that, I added some chopped fresh tarragon, minced leek, and some capers, before adding a dash of hot sauce and black pepper to give it a little kick. That sounds really good. Yukihira, you poured all your effort into making your cutlet as light as possible, I bet. Everybody does. But the idea that deep frying makes food heavy so it must be lightened is a hackneyed concept. It's not good enough. My sauce takes things one step further. It does nothing to disturb the cutlet's light texture and savory flavor. In addition, it gives it a smooth, rich, and solid umami punch that wallops you right in the tongue. If I'm going to make something like that, doing it this way is much more fun. Yo. He's right. The cutlet itself is just as light, juicy, and crispy as Soma's, but the sauce takes it to another world. It has both an airy lightness and a solid punch. Somehow he got those two opposing concepts to the same dish. What is and this is like a flashback to like the whole shokugeki. The not Shogeki, but like the match. Damn, that white sauce's powerful goodness is going wild in my mouth. I can't hold on. The sheer power of the dish is blowing me away. Ah, Soma, yo, yo, dude, literally put Soma in a trash can. Like, he really, yo, he was like, yo, Soma, you garbage. Like, you garbage. Wow. Yo, let's go. I can't take it anymore either. It's light as and fluffy as a cloud, but inside its power is overwhelming. It's like so totally blowing away my deep fried facade. This is very much so reminiscent of you know that Aesop's fable of like the sun and like the wind and like the sun makes like, and they have like a challenge as to who can like make the person like take off their robe or whatever you want to call it, the cloth or whatever. It's very reminiscent of that, but here like the wind wins. That's interesting. So it looks like this cook-off has been decided, eh? He's right. That was so good, it was out of this world. Still, who is this guy? Only somebody with a mountain of experience cooking could have come up with that idea for a dish. Yo, he took someone's knife, bruh. You know what? You can keep it. Yo, it definitely looks like something worthy of the first seat. I already have this beauty here. No point in downgrading. Bruh. That knife. No, it can't be. Is that Dad's? Yo. Yo. Come on, son. Well, see ya, Mr. First Seat. Oh my goodness. Hell. As for you, Miss 10th Seat, maybe some other time. Huh? Okay, I think it's time I escorted my dear Miss Dean to the infirmary. Hold it right there. Don't even try, Yukihira. I put everything I had into my dish, and you ate every last bite. It'll be a bit before you can stand again. Yo. Yo. Yo, yo, anytime you get the Soma like stair panels, it's hype. Anytime you get the Soma stair panels, it's hype. Look at him. Again, challenge me one more time. And then he just fainted. Well, Soma looked at him and then walked off. Wow. Good morning, my lovely princess. And then like that's the end of the chapter. Look, this is a cool chapter. I think the thing though, like, and I want to talk about like how it's sort of related to everything else that I read, while I was just like not like reacting to stuff and everything like that. This is. I just don't I don't care to see like Erina in like this sort of position where it's like, I want to see her be like way more assertive and be like, yo, like y'all can do whatever it is that you're doing over there. But I'm not involved in this at all. Like if you want to be, ridiculous and like nonsensical, like and do that over there. You know what I mean? Like I don't want her to care, but obviously she will taste this dude's food at some point and be like, wow, and I think like I just like I'm interested in seeing where this goes. Will this affect the Elite 10 at all? Like will it affect Totsuki at all? That's the kind of stuff that I'm looking for. I want to see like the sort of like I want to see like the tangible effects of this dude like just being here in this environment in Japan at Totsuki. What are the effects of that? Like, what's going to happen? Is the Elite 10 going to be like disbanded for some reason or whatever? I don't know. And the fact that like Soma lost and the fact that Joichiro lost, that was like, I remember I saw that. I was like, what? Joichiro lost? But I don't know. Cause sometimes like Joichiro's kind of like a troll kind of character. And I think that like, I feel like there's something else there. I don't know if he actually beat Joichiro, but I don't know. I think this guy might be like another sort of sort of Asura, right? Like, or Ashura, right? Like he might be another like sort of like demon, like, you know, cook or chef or whatever that has like that sort of level of like talent, and is pushing and constantly pushing in a different way, sort of way. But I don't know, like I know, like I don't mind that Soma lost because Soma loses a lot, right? So I think that's fine. I think it's fine for him to lose, and I think it's very good to show that like you could be the first seed, but there are cooks that like that there are cooks out there that can beat you, right? And this is not like some sort of kid. Like this isn't a kid that just like came out of nowhere and was like, oh, I just started cooking like a few months ago. You know, now, you know, everything's cool. I mean, like this guy's been cooking for like a long time. Like, he's been cooking for a long time. This guy's amazing. He like trained under Joshiro. You know what I mean? Like he trained under him. So that means like a lot, and he has the skills and the talent. So it's just like this it's like it makes sense. It makes sense that like he should be able to like be at the very least this good. Like he shouldn't like be outside of like Totsuki like an adult and like have an issue, you know, with you know, being trained by Joshiro and like have an issue with like the first seat. Like I don't think so. Like that's not to say like, you know, he shouldn't struggle, but it's also like, you know, the man is like a prodigy in like every sense of the word. I think what like that stuff doesn't bother me. What bothers me is like this whole stuff with Edina and like this like kind of corny shoujo like kind of stuff, and shonen as well. But more so shoujo, because shoujo is just so much more like upfront about like romance and love and feelings and stuff, you know, and emotions and stuff like that. So it's closer to shoujo in that way. But like Ashigama is saying in the chat. But like I don't like that. I don't like this. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in like, you know, them sort of fighting over Edina. Like I'm like, okay, like, you know, this is happening, but I'm not. I want to see some other stuff. I want to see the like real tangible like effects of this dude at Totsuki. That's what I want to see. And I think we're gonna get it, but I don't know. Like I think what was also kind of disappointing to me a little bit was that like like not that it was disappointing, but I think it made more sense because I feel like this kid, like if this kid was like also like Joichiro's son, like he actually had another kid and he didn't tell like Soma about it, and he just like mentioned this up until now, I'd have been like, yo, like Joshiro, you trash. Like you trash. And in some ways, Joshiro's already kind of trash in a lot of ways. You know what I mean? Like, and like, it's a little weird. I mean, like they have a certain relationship, but I mean, it's still like kind of garbage in some ways. In the way that like Joshiro treats like Soma, and like it's just kind of fleeting a lot of the time. Like that's a little trash to me. So I'm glad that like this kid actually isn't his like child in that sense. You know, like, but at the same time, it's still like this kid is clearly important to him, and he took a lot of time and effort into that. So you know, I don't know. I want to see more. I want to know what his connections are. I want to know where he's going. I want to know what his actual plans are besides like trying to woo Edina. Like I want to know what's going on. I think like, you know, and in some ways like he's clearly been influenced by Joshiro, and like he has been given the same advice, right? That you need to like cook for someone that like, you know, like a woman that matters to you, and everything like that. But where else is that going? Right? Sorry, one of my cats just being ridiculous. You know, but I need to see more. That's kind of how I feel about it. You know what I mean? It's just like I don't like it. Like I need more. You know? It's just like, yeah, it's just like it's weird. I was like, I love the stuff with Megumi and the dude, and I thought that was like nice. It was like a bit like lighthearted, but also like, whoa, like who this guy? Like it got a little serious. But then after that, I was like, I was expecting to go in a different place. I was expecting to see like this like distinct sort of opposing force to Totsuki. You know what I mean? And that's kind of like what I'm expecting. But if I don't see that, then I'm gonna be like, yo, this is kind of And what's good, Nine? What's good? All right, but like I'm like, you know, like it bugs me a little bit. I just want to see more. I just want to see more. I need to see more. I don't know what's coming next, but it needs to be better than what we've kind of seen so far. It started off kind of like, okay, this is interesting. This is a chef. You know, it would have just been interesting if it was like, here's a protege. Here are his sort of plans. Yeah, he reminds me of Etches and Ryoga. Yo, facts. Ryoga, dude. Yo. Yo, Madamada Daze, right? Like, yo, Etches and Ryoga. Come on. Y'all, yeah, if y'all know about that Prince of Tennis greatness. All right, it's a ridiculous tennis manga, but it was still entertaining. All right, Etches and Ryoga, all right, brother Etches and Ryoma, all right, the prodigy, the one, aka Neo, all right, yeah, similar sort of situation, and I feel like Prince of Tennis was also kind of like contrived, and I was just like, like it was like, okay, this is interesting because like they're actually like related, but like, you know, these two are like aren't really related. And it's just weird. I don't get why we're going here. I think it would have made more sense if we had that like further back in the manga. Like if we had that further back and he just kind of came out of nowhere. But like, I don't know. It's just, it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. And it's very odd. It's like oddly placed. I agree with y'all. Like it's weird. You know, give me 1 sec. One of my cats is just meowing way too much. And like, if you don't like, you know, clap or like do anything, they just kind of keep going. What's up, Bobo? And Nez. Hello. Okay. All right, but yeah. I'm gonna end this here because I feel like y'all generally have an idea of like why I feel the way I do about this chapter. It's just, you know, like it's like okay, but I'm like, where's it going? I need to see more. I do need to see more. I like it. I'm not saying I don't like it at all, but I think like, you know, I like the fact that Soma lost. I think that's like a big thing for me. I think that's what sort of like makes it not terrible. You know, if I had to really think about it, I'd be like, you know, it's like it's mid, like it's a mid, right? It's very average. Like this is not the best that we've gotten, and the fact that Soma lost is good because I feel like like Soma should still be able to like lose in certain ways. And that tells me that this manga is going in a certain direction and it's going in a certain place. And it's not going to end like particularly soon. But the other stuff, the show, like the typical like, you know, corny shoujo stuff, because like there's really, really good shoujo. But like this is like the corny kind of shoujo stuff that like you're just like, come on. Like you're taking this character, Edina, who's had so much development and is like awesome, I think, in a lot of ways. And you're like making her into this like, you know, like Naya said, like this winnable object. It's like it's corny to me. So that is done. Yeah, it does. It has a lack of focus. It really does, Naya. It has a lack of focus right now. Like it's like the stuff with Megumi was cool, and I thought like that, you know, like art, like manga have those have that, right? Like they have those like spaces where you can tell like a mangaka is just kind of like trying to figure some things out and trying to connect arcs, like the arc that comes before it and the arc that comes after it, like the sort of connecting sort of like midsection. But like here it's like I need to see more. I need to see what this is actually connecting to. Who are the, you know, who's the big, like who's the big bad, I guess. Who was like the opposing force to Totsuki at this point. And I think they need like, and I think they need to do like an expansion, right? An expansion, like a sort of like global expansion of Food Wars is like would make the most sense. Like for me, like I need to see like other like organizations and other schools, something like that. That's what I want to see. Yeah. All right. So that's all I've got for Shokugeki. Okay. I'm gonna move on to One Piece because like in terms of interest, it goes for right now in terms of what I'm reacting to, Shokugeki, Food Wars, One Piece, then My Hero, then Promised Neverland. That's just like in terms of interest. Yeah. So I want to see what they got. All right, let's go. I'm the Black Manga Critic. Thank y'all for coming through to this. This was a live reaction / initial thoughts to Food Wars Chapter 275, and also a little bit of a discussion of the sort of current arc that we're in and how I feel about it and da-da-da-da-da. All right, and yeah. All right. Once again, I'm the Black Manga Critic. Shouts out to Shugama and Naya coming through. Shouts out to Ghost Prime for coming through. Y'all are dope. And I'm going to react to One Piece in like a couple of minutes. All right, I just gotta set it up. All right. I'm like Manga Critic, and I'm out.